Hello, welcome to another episode of Understand Nation. We got a hell of a lineup for this week. I'm so ready to talk about it. So, you know what? It's not wasting your time. Let's just get this first one out of the way. This first one, WJSN with their 8th subunit.
8? Wow. Jeez.
Yeah. With Hmph is the title of the song. Chocome is the name of this latest subunit, and to be honest, there's like 3 other subunits that I can't pronounce because they're in Greek. So,
what?
Yeah.
That's WJSN. So,
okay.
Nick,
can I just say something about this song, though? Can I say something, please?
Go.
What is up with this music video? Okay,
what do you mean?
I'm watching it. I'm trying to make. Okay, who fishes in a toilet?
Orange caramel.
Orange caramel.
Watching this entire thing, I was trying to make sense of it. I don't get it. It's a very visual.
Yeah, none of it's supposed to make sense.
No one ever understands anything that's remotely similar to orange caramel.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people love them. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of the play that they're going for here, is just going with something so ridiculous as far as like a music video and an image, and a song too. So the song, Nick, let's kind of dissect the song a little bit. So we hear a little bit of like trot. We hear a little bit of what's it called? Electro pop. What else have we got going on in here?
So a little bit of Eurobeat. A little bit of disco funk. A little bit of jazz.
Yeah, especially with the brass instruments come into play.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in here.
Yeah,
this is just a mismatch of like every genre.
So if it already sounds chaotic to you as we were describing it, and I don't know if you guys picked up on us saying orange caramel earlier, yeah, I think that's like one of the best ways to describe this kind of sound.
It's very bubblegum pop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also very quirky chic kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And very cute.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very cute. I mean, just like or alluded to with the bubblegum pop. So, I don't know. Depending on your taste, it may sound like an utter train wreck to you. Man, do not miss out on this. Just check it out.
It's a train wreck, but it's a fun train wreck.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fun train wreck. Yes. Yeah. The song itself, it's about a girl in love. You know, she's pouting because she wants to be noticed. I mean, that's literally what the title means, is a hump. It's like the kind of that pouty sound.
Mm-hmm.
And it's every bit as adorable as we're making it sound to be, and ridiculous, very ridiculous.
It is.
From the thumbnail, honestly, from the thumbnail, I thought it was going to be like a Sailor Moon, like magical girl kind of thing. Just from the thumbnail alone.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Man, honestly, I don't know what I expected from Ujusanya, but it's not it.
Yeah, I did not expect this at all.
You know,
I did not expect this at all.
Like, I'm fairly new to standing Ujusanya.
Mm-hmm.
And as a new fan, this very much confuses me. Don't know what I don't know what I expected. I know their normal sound.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of, man, their normal sound's also kind of hard to describe. I'm now realizing.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of in the ethereal realm. But anyway, and so I was not expecting to see a resurgence of orange caramel.
Yeah, and you know, with the lineup for this subunit too, like Subin and Daeyoung, like they absolutely belong in the subunit. This is totally their concept.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they're the crackheads of the group. I mean, they're all crackheads to an extent.
Oh yeah.
But like,
I was surprised to see Yodam.
Yes, yeah, Yodam and Luda, because like they carry themselves in kind of more of like a proper way, right? Just to see them doing this concept, I loved it. I really do. Oh man. So
the entire time Yodam and LiQWYD were just like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
But I could see Luda having fun with it at the same time, like, because she's whenever you watch them in like their reality shows and whatever, like she always just goes along with she just goes with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everyone wants us to be stupid. Yeah, sure, she'll go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So we kind of hinted at some of the ludicrous things going on with this music video,
and like none of this music video makes sense. I'm telling you this straight up. It's bright, it's colorful. Like I think it would do really well in the Japanese market. This very much seems like something that
they would enjoy.
Yeah. High colorful, high energy. This is a high energy music video, straight up.
Yeah, even with the way the vocals are done too. It reminds me of an older era of J-pop.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like 2015, 2014 ish.
Maybe even earlier than that. Maybe even
earlier. Yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
So
it is very much a cutesy thing. There are some references to like some like retro vibes in their clothing style.
Yeah. Clothing style and in the song too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's I wouldn't say it's not typical, because I want to say like early 80s was kind of weird like musically and visually as well. Like
yeah, your stuff, I did not like a lot of their stuff. I tried to check it out and it's like
yeah.
They had a lot of fun stuff going on too, like some of the pranks that they were pulling.
Yeah,
with the lobster or like blaring the I forgot what instrument that they used to blare into like her ear when she was sleeping.
Right.
I think it was at the end at the beginning of this video.
Oh, the trumpet.
So, okay. Yeah. I can't. I'll take your word for it.
The fish in the washing machine. Fish in the toilet.
Oh yeah, the mermaid. The mermaid. I won't say it was a mermaid in the washing machine.
I think they used they used a mermaid costume, but I think it was supposed to be a fish. I don't know. Like, I don't understand 300% of this music video. Okay.
300%.
Yes.
It's confusing.
I want to say mermaid because it's just that much more ludicrous.
Right.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I love it.
Like, the more you like, don't try to put it together. It's just gonna confuse you more. And unfortunately, my brain doesn't work like that. Like, my brain tries to put stuff together, and I'm sitting here like, okay, so A and Z. Where's the middle ground for A to Z?
I would have had a lot of fun working.
Oh yeah. No, this would be a fun music video to make.
Just like, because like in the middle of shooting too, I'd be like shooting one scene. I was like, you know what would be really ridiculous? How about we do something else that's like really ridiculous? So,
dude, if they
just trying to outdo yourself,
if
right?
they added dinosaurs, I would not be so like. If they added a freaking pterodactyl just flying through in the music video just because they wanted to, I wouldn't be surprised. If they wanted to add a pink pterodactyl, I wouldn't be surprised.
Or if they had a UFO, like no holds barred.
There's literally nothing that they could add to this that I'd be like, well, that's weird. Like, I'd be like, all right, yeah.
Like we say this, like as if it was a mess. And
it's fun. I love it.
It's fun. It's not bad. It's just really. If you're not into bubblegum pop, I know it's for some people. When it comes to
a lot of people aren't.
Yeah, it's going to be harder to get into. Because I have friends who still have that mindset of like early SNSD or other like bubblegum pop groups like Orange Caramel, Crayon Pop. And whenever they think of K-pop, they think of those like bubblegum pop songs. And if you're really not into it, I can see people not liking this song.
So he's talking about K-pop boomers.
I'm not saying K-pop boomers. I'm saying just people who aren't into the bubblegum pop stuff.
But I mean, they have bubblegum pop from that era too. It's just that it's not this era.
Right.
They're not into this era's bubblegum pop.
No, they're my friends don't like K-pop. These are friends who don't like K-pop, and the reason why is because of songs like these. Because they think this sound is like the stereotypical like K-pop.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Or people who are like really into like Girl Crush or like it's Crush songs. And
right.
You probably wouldn't.
Right.
So
like I don't.
I could definitely see people outside of the K-pop realm seeing this as stereotypical K-pop. To be honest.
Yeah.
Because this is
especially after Gangnam Style.
This is the thing that's so unlike everything else in K-pop. That this would obviously stand out.
Yeah.
Like because Crayon Pop, for example.
Crayon Pop was also a quirky. I love them.
Crayon Pop.
Yeah, they're great.
Like Crayon Pop is and early SNSD were really well known, and the bubblegum pop music that they kind of introduced, and were kind of popular for it. That's what some people who were introduced to K-pop who went into that song. That they just have that mindset, and they just don't want to change from that. Like,
yeah, they've already made up their mind; they're not going to change it.
Yeah, like even if you show them like Blackpink, BTS,
it'll always be Crayon Pop.
Yeah, it'll always be Crayon Pop. If you can even show them the latest Psy music video or Jessie or Card, and they'll still think. Bubblegum pop, Crayon pop, SNSD.
It's that curse of first impressions.
Right.
So, oh man. So that music video, this subunit, it was a lot of fun to talk about, and I hope the fun that we had with talking about it, really conveys the fun that you'll have with watching the music video,
right?
Or at least that we hope you'll have.
Yeah.
Especially if you like bubblegum pop. If you really miss the old Orange Caramel, Crayon Pop, yeah. If you miss all of those groups, this is a song for you.
Yeah.
There's also a reference to Secret in the beginning, so.
Oh really?
Oh,
that was the intro song.
Oh yeah. When I first heard that, I'm like, because it threw me in for a loop because I was like, that set me up for like that expectation of like, okay, we're like, how are they gonna turn this into like an ethereal concept? Because like it's really bright right now, bright and colorful. But I think I like that though because it kind of put me in like this comfortable place to be ready to take this in. And then when they just like utterly shattered all that and gave this to us, it set me up for just a fun ride.
Yeah.
So, any last talk points for moving on?
No,
I'm ready to move on.
All right, Aura, you want to take it away for the next one?
All right. So we have a group that we've kind of been anticipating for. One of the members was in a previous group that we all followed very closely. Then he had a solo. It is no fair that he has so much talent. We've said that multiple times before. But it is going to be the group WEi or WEi? WEi. One of the members being Kim Yohan. From X1 and his solo work.
And his work with like Jagayo and a ton of other stuff. So,
I mean, it's not to discount the other members in the group. It's gonna take a while to learn, at least for me to learn all the members.
Oh yeah, I mean, as with any group for Aura.
Look, okay, I'm still trying to learn all. It took me 6-7 months to learn all of SIS.
I mean, okay. A thing to note here also is that all of them have competed on something.
Yeah.
There's
Mix 9 and Produce.
There is one Produce X 101 which is Johan. 2 produce 101 season 2 trainees. That were also part of previous groups. Like one was a part of JBJ, one was a part of Reigns.
Okay.
JBJ.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have to take a look at the lineup because it's gonna drive me nuts. I totally missed that.
Yeah,
I totally missed that.
It's Kim Dong-han.
Okay.
There's 2 that were part of Under 19, and then there's one that was part of YG Treasure Box and Produce X 101.
Okay.
Because there's Kang So Kwa's in this too. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Treasure or Produce 101 season 2 yet. So.
Yeah, it also looks like the 2 that were on Under 19 were also part of the debut group as well.
Okay.
So, definitely a good group here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it shows, like, the when you watch the music video, or you see their choreography, especially, or the screen presence, they look like veterans. They're not. You're not seeing rookies here, per se.
Yeah, and this is a debut too. This Twilight.
Yeah.
Twilight is a debut song. So.
Yep. For them as a group, for these members, they're all well trained, well established, well experienced. So, and it shows. So this song, I don't know. Let's what do you got going on here, Nick?
Well, not to discount the song, but it is very what you'd expect for a normal boy group. I would say it isn't. There are some things that make it interesting. But I would say that nothing surprised me here. I think that a lot of what they're showing is not so much the song itself, but more of themselves.
Yeah. They're definitely displaying the members. Because there were a lot of like single shots. There were a lot of group shots. To just display the members.
But even for the song itself too, it's like the musical accompaniment was fairly minimal. It gets out of the way of the vocalist for these guys to sing. About the only thing that's like kind of really had like any real prominence, I guess, is like the piano. And
I did like in the chorus. I did like the whistle a lot.
Yeah.
So I was about to bring that up too. The whistle, while not being prominent in the foreground,
right?
It still had like a prominent place in the background.
Right.
It kind of helped.
It provided a counter melody to the singers, which was really nice. Counter melodies are used in K-pop, but they're not used in every song, like to the extent where they're going to bring it to the forefront like that.
Okay.
But I did like how far forward they brought the counter melody there, because it made like a nice contrast. It was almost a bit of dissonance, but it was nice to listen to because it was also moving out of rhythm with the singers.
Yeah, because we were saying, that with the musical accompaniment being kind of minimal, it would fill up those empty spots when they weren't singing, or were kind of trailing off with their lines. So it really did help kind of round out the song.
Yeah.
So, yep. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So I have a question.
What you got?
What can Johan not do?
You know what,
man?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Like I said, he's now debuted in 3 groups because Jagayo was a group for him. Man.
So I would say whatever we could possibly say that he can't do, he'll probably just take it as like challenge accepted.
Yeah.
And then like show off like next year him doing whatever it is.
You know what? I'll put this out there just for all the international fans. He cannot speak every single language in the world. Watch him.
Got him.
Yeah.
Oh, got him.
Watch him next year. He speaks like 50, 60 languages. It's like, all
right.
So, I will say it is really nice seeing Kang So-kwa again.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see very much from him after PDX 101.
Right.
Yeah.
And I definitely know he was someone on our radars quite often.
You're right.
Because he also, if I'm not mistaken, he ranked pretty high.
Yeah.
I think he was
made
in
it to
top
the-
20, right?
Yeah. I think he made it to the second to the final elimination.
Yeah.
So.
I'll look it up.
He was definitely like on our like radars quite often. I think he was actually one of our picks. I think it was yours, Jihoon.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then Johan was Aura's pick.
Yep.
Man.
He ranked
that was such a
35.
good pick.
He ranked 35.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay.
okay. Yeah. So, and we all were shooting for him too,
Mm-hmm.
for in our lineups. So. Yeah, and the song I found very pleasant, like as like for its atmosphere.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because I don't think you guys are not surprised at all. Like this musical style
Mm-hmm.
more in line with my type of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, because like you got some of that R&B feel to it, and it's a down tempo R&B. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but with the poppiness as well. I love pop. The choreography, it's good choreography. It's not bad choreography.
It went well with the song.
It went with the song. And
There-
it's just-
Like one thing I noticed was that it was really hard choreo. Like not hard technically.
It was a
but
powerful.
it was powerful.
Which I found really interesting because of the like you said, the atmosphere of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But also because this song is a really closed soundstage. Which it's funny because you would want normally a really open soundstage, but they close the soundstage really really tight, and man, that choreography makes it feel like it should be on more of an open soundstage. But I like that contrast.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, and in a way, it kind of makes the bass kind of feel at times a little. It's not like it doesn't have a lot of weight to the bass, but it feels punchier in a way than what it actually is.
Right.
And it's especially helped by how minimal the song itself is.
Mm-hmm.
That framing and that the power in the choreography kind of really also help sell that feel, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very much so.
yeah, man, it's great. I loved it. Hopefully you guys love it too. And if you don't, then just tell Kim Johan that he'll just prove you wrong.
Tell all those members, because I'm pretty sure that all of them can like outperform any of us. Like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I cannot dance or
right.
sing or yeah. No.
So, you guys ready? Moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, Nick, it's gonna be all you, bro.
All right. So WekiMeki has made a comeback with their song "Cool,"
Mm-hmm.
and man, it's been a minute since they.
They released one earlier this year.
One earlier this year. So, and
Didn't we talk about it?
that's much better. We did.
Yeah.
We covered it in one episode,
Yeah.
Mm.
and that's much better than compared to 2018 into 2019, because they went a full year from a comeback coming from Crush in 2018. So yeah,
Group growth.
Mm-hmm.
to see them having a comeback, not having to wait a full year, over a year for a comeback is great.
Right.
So Nick, with this song "Cool,"
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they took a song that was kind of intended more for a boy group, and then
Mm-hmm.
turned into like a girl kind of crushy song.
Yeah, I definitely see what they were doing, and I definitely could see like a boy group doing this song.
Mm-hmm. Like everything from the way the vocals are done, the feel of
yeah.
the
The
song,
clothing style.
The key and octave that the accompaniment is in is also lower,
Mm-hmm.
which you normally don't see with
Yep.
with like female groups in general. Usually they offer a higher key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I couldn't help but think like for this song, it's like, I feel like I've heard this style before, this instrumentation before, but not with a girl group.
Yeah. I've definitely heard this style and instrumentation with a boy group before.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put my finger on it. I'd have to like go searching.
I've been searching for that all week.
But I definitely can see a boy group doing this song.
Yeah.
Especially one that's like more heavy rap focus boy group. But not overly rap to the point where it's just only rap.
Mm-hmm.
Now the musical accompaniment too also reminded me of, and I just now realized this like 5 seconds ago. There was like this, I don't know if there's still a group anymore, an Asian American group. They released the song like 10 years ago, 9 years ago. It was like called Like a G6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you know what song I'm talking
yeah,
about?
Yeah,
I can't remember what they're called either. So
I know it's not
accompaniment
Asian
kinda
Kung Fu
reminds me a bit of that.
Generation.
That's Japanese.
Yeah.
That's a Japanese band.
Yeah.
So.
I was listening to them yesterday. Oh, I hate you, Jihoon. I hate you so much.
But yeah, Nick, take us more to this song.
So
what is this style?
The song is partly trap, partly Eurobeat.
Okay.
Partly trap, partly Eurobeat.
Some urban elements.
Urban hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of in that neighborhood somewhere in there.
Yeah. So, when you said trap, that reminded me. So when that trap drop happened, I initially did not like it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, because like, really a big part of it too for me was just that, that trap burnout that I've been having for most of this year. But that feeling only lasted for like maybe half a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I was like, it's fine. I like it.
Right.
And I think it's going back to the to the song as a whole. I haven't, like when's the last time we've heard a song of this style? Like besides like 2018.
Yeah, I want to say 2018, maybe 2017, maybe early 2019. During the Go Crush boom.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Maybe earlier into Go Crush boom and starting in like late 2018.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, somewhere around there would be when we last heard a girl group do this type of song. Yeah. The last time we heard the style was like yesterday because boy groups, but
yeah. When I saw the teaser for it and I heard the sound in the teaser, I'm like, I was really excited because it was bringing back memories of Crush. Their song from 2018, and that's the song that I really enjoyed. Then I started getting me on board with this group.
Okay.
So, and the song meets my expectations and exceeds it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't really expect them to do a lower pitched song like this, mostly because it's just not common in K-pop.
Yeah, not for girl groups, right?
I don't think it was
Not
common
even
for
for
this
boy
group.
groups.
I don't think it was common for this group either, because
No, WEmi's not usually known to do like super low pitched songs like this.
Yeah.
and I think they did a really good job doing that.
I think so too.
Oh, yeah.
It's really hard especially for the female voices to do a very low pitch song simply because their vocal cords are shorter, which raises the pitch of their voice.
Yep.
So the thing is that longer vocal cords make your voice go down, which is why males can go so low. But when it gets to a point where it's too low, you can't really sing anymore. It's more just like low talking.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where this is. At the lower parts of the song, it's more low talking than it is.
Yep.
Than it is really vocal singing.
Okay.
But that being said, when they start to get into the chorus and start to get things moving, get the momentum going, it does very much show like their lower vocal register singing, you know.
Yeah, speaking of the chorus, man, I really love the energy that they put into this chorus. It's got a lot of energy to it. Very, very danceable. And that's kind of where those like I guess those dance genres come into play really for this song. I love it. It's I think it was right at the chorus was like when I really decided like, yeah, I'm gonna love this song.
So,
but even the opening too, like the opening was great.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so the group that you were talking about for like a G6 is Far East Movement. They always still together.
Okay, yeah. So that some of the instrumentation in there is kind of it reminds me of them. So
yeah, I think that they did a collab with Tiffany before, if I remember right.
So, yeah, it's great seeing them coming back again. This new nice back. They had to come back late last year. They had to come back earlier this year. To see them not having to wait over a year between comebacks is fantastic.
Yeah,
honestly, I'm happy for them. So, oh man. So, you guys ready? Moving on to the next one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. So up next we got Refund Sisters, Project Girl Group, and guess who produced this this group and this song?
Isn't it LiQWYD or what?
EJ Sub.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yup, the classic.
The classic.
Yeah. Well, is anyone really surprised?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you have not been keeping up, Refund Sisters Project Girl Group with Jessie, LiQWYD, Junghwa, and Hwasa from Mamamoo. So right from the very opening of this song, I just couldn't help but think throwbacks to 2007, 2008, right?
I thought Charlie's Angel.
With the
I thought Charlie's Angel.
blaring siren. I mean, well, you're also really old too, so.
True.
But yeah, with the blaring siren, right? That was very prominent in American urban music, hip hop music. You heard that blaring siren all the time, and in Korean hip hop as well. And just the instrumentation too, man. Like,
so
very much in line with the 2008 era.
Right.
100%.
So my question, because I couldn't find the music video for this, so I straight listened to this song. The instrumentation, like if you take away the siren, was it? I want to say it felt like Middle Eastern influence, but I could be very much wrong.
So it's not. It's more Latin.
Is it?
Latin does share common musical tropes with Middle Eastern music, which is probably what you're hearing.
Okay.
That being said, it's more. It's Latin. It's more like Moombahton.
Okay.
Moombahton, American urban.
Yeah, it's this weird mix, but
yeah, I heard the
one thing that
in American thanks to Jesse. But yeah,
one thing that makes you hear that kind of Middle Eastern music is that there's a I don't have perfect pitch, so I'm not entirely certain, but there is a scale, which is just, it's called the Arabic scale, and that's what you always hear in Middle Eastern music. And that's what they're using, I'm pretty sure, in this song. That
and
gives it that kind of vibe.
They did that a lot too during that era of American hip, like urban music. Yeah, 2008, 2007, around that time frame, they would use that. Yep.
That's why if you listen to the song, there's like one note in the song that you're just like, that's not where that note should go. That's that scale, is because that's how that scale is set.
Okay.
Yep.
This is also very, like, it's urban American hip hop, but it's also like early 2000s pop.
Yep.
You know, your kind of Britney Spears kind of era. Something along those lines.
Yeah, that's
It's
part
very
of
it's
where
very
that,
reminiscent of that as well.
Okay.
a lot of where that energy comes from is from that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you just had even said from the very beginning that they were going for a retro style, and I'm glad that they, as when they said that retro, that they didn't go any further than 2005. We haven't responded very well to some of the other heavy retro stuff that goes as far back as early 90s or 80s, 70s.
You two haven't responded well. Okay.
Okay, look, because look. Okay, I get it. You're old, but just because it gives you nostalgic feelings does not mean that you should like it.
It's not nostalgic. I actually do like old-timey songs, okay? Leave me alone.
Wow, so I think
Of course, everyone likes the music they grew up with.
I think this is a record. I think we've called him old 4 times now throughout this recording.
You called me old in the last 10 minutes, okay? Probably less than 10 minutes.
Man, you're setting yourself up on these.
Yeah.
Um.
Now, that being said, I don't think it really feels. Well, no, yeah, it definitely does feel off place. I mean, just as I'm listening to it again, it's just this is really retro, and it's
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel.
It feels like it's a middle
There's also
ground
a lot of
for all the members.
Yeah. On top of that, there is this is really good song creation because it appeals to multiple cultures and multiple different styles of people. So, for example, it heavily appeals to it will heavily appeal to Latin Americans and especially Southern Americans, but it will also appeal to Americans of Americans that either grew up around the culture or grew up with the culture. It'll also appeal to Americans that grew up in the early 2000s. Obviously with the members, it'll appeal to Koreans.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I mean,
and we've said before, and if you haven't seen those episodes where we talked about this, these members, they come across from all the generations of
Right.
Korean music. Well, not all the generations, but in the past 30 years. Because Hwa, she's 50 years old.
Right.
She debuted in the 80s.
Yeah, she's also a trot singer, right? Or is she pop?
I don't know if she debuted as trot. Because I remember as a kid, my aunt would listen to her stuff. She loved Hwa, and so I've always known her as pop. So, but for Hwa, so I was mistaken too when I said that she's been long retired. She's actually still active. She's had releases in the past 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, she's still active. So, so you got Hwa, who predates K-pop. You got Iori, comes from the first generation of K-pop. Jessie debuted during the second gen. Hwasa, firmly in the
and
third
they're all
gen.
powerful women. They were all really powerful.
They
women.
did such a They're all very powerful women. They're what's it called? They're icons. They are female icons. And they did such a fantastic job of piecing them all together for this song. Their vocals. And so
it's also no wonder that this topped charts. This
Real-time
destroyed charts. SOC 3 destroyed charts.
Yeah.
This destroyed charts.
Yeah, real-time charts at that. That's hard.
I mean, this was uncontested in real-time charts. It was wild.
Yep. Oh man. At first, because of the opening, I was afraid. I'm just oh no. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I actually like it. I do. So I could see myself.
I was hoping for a music video.
For sure.
Just.
I think it's still in work. I think it's gonna come out later.
But with something else that I want to add, we get to check off another bingo board thing.
Yeah, Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for those who
absolutely.
don't, for those who don't know, we have a bingo board. Go watch it. This what we said we were going to. One of the choices was bingo block thingies was Refund Sisters actually debuting.
Yep. Yeah, because at the time we made it, it was not set in stone. It wasn't like, it was just in talks of like the possibilities that they're going to make this project group happen. It was not a firm. It was not confirmed that it was going to happen. So, yeah, definitely, it was great.
And even when it was confirmed, we were like, anything could happen. You know, we're gonna wait till they produce the song.
We'll see. We'll believe it when we see it, right?
Can I just also say that I really like the cover for the album because it's the 4 girls in its like clothing.
Yeah, and then you just stuck in the back with this bowl cut.
The mushroom,
cut,
what you call
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks so.
It is so 80s. Okay, it is 80s Charlie's Angels. It is Charlie's Angels.
I love that, dude. 80s.
Yeah.
80s, 70s.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's more 70s. Because 60s and 70s. Because
with those big glasses.
So, yeah, bud.
I saw that silhouette.
So
Man,
I didn't even realize that until you pointed it out. So, all right, you guys ready to move on to the next one?
let's do it.
All right. So, Nick, you want to take it away?
Sure. So, this is Hayeon, with a debut.
Oh, is it?
Called Eyes on You.
Is it?
Oh wow!
It's alright. It's her debut, solo debut.
And this is also SNSD Taeyeon's
Okay, so
sister.
can I say that?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna say this quite a few. It is unfair. Okay, those two sisters have amazing vocals. Like, oh my god! Like, what kind of genes is in that family?
Yep.
Imagine like next year, freaking the brother debuts as a singer too. It's like, well, this is just unfair.
Yep. So, Nick, what you think of the song?
Man, I love this song. I mean, this is like, we know this already, but this is like right up my alley. This kind of pure,
almost ethereal,
feel good type of song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, almost.
No.
But like the song where it's just like, it's like this kind of pure and like like almost like a healing feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a really great way of describing it, actually.
Yeah. Man, I loved this song so much. Everything about the song was like what I was like kind of looking for, especially on a weekend song at that.
Yeah. So, Aura, what you know?
Oh yeah, I absolutely love this song.
Love the song.
I don't like. This actually makes me hope for a collab between the two sisters. Yeah, and then
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see it happen.
And then if anything,
it's just a matter of time.
Because I remember I believe it was either I or Taeyeon's Fine. You saw the brother in the background just doing his thing. So, but no, if you see, I wouldn't. I think I'd probably die if the two sisters actually collab. Okay, like their vocals are just are almost mesmerizing, and
yeah, with her vocals, I really liked the amount of breathiness that she would kind of put towards like she would trail off in some of the lines.
Hi, dog.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, as she would finish off the line and just kind of trail off with the exhale, right?
Yep.
And kind of add to that atmosphere of the song.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. One thing I was surprised about was how different her vocals are
compared
from
to
her
Taeyeon?
sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I was like, oh, I know, like, obviously they're different people, but usually vocalities can be somewhat similar, because of genetics, right?
Yep.
But man, she took it and like flipped the script. She was like,
Yeah.
And honestly, I think I prefer these vocals a little more. Honestly,
yeah, this is definitely more my style.
Yeah, while Taeyeon has these very powerful vocals, and that's really great for songs, like Fine, songs like that where you need to be really powerful. I like songs like this that are a little more on the softer
relax
side.
to.
Yep.
Yeah, and also I really like this kind of the instrumentation in the song with the vocalized synth.
Yep.
Man, I really like that. That's really what like
the vocalized
synth. What really raised it to 10 for me.
And like even some of that guitar picking in there.
Yeah.
And even that the drum kick that they got in there. I wasn't expecting it to take that route, kind of going to like that really synthesized route, but I enjoyed it. I didn't expect it. I thought it was gonna be just straight ballad, all acoustic instrumentation, like your usual ballad.
Do you know what company she's under?
Yep, her company. So that was gonna be one of my talking points for later. It's Inter Arts. Have you guys heard of them? So they're a relatively new company, and one of their gimmicks as a label is that they leverage the power of AI.
Oh, okay.
For composing their songs.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna get super deep into this, but for you the viewers, you may not be aware. AI it's a growing technology thing that we got going on that's powering a lot of things that within our lives. And it's not like what a lot of people think. So it goes off of machine learning, where they're gonna provide like a lot of samples for the AI to learn from, and it's gonna create its own thing based off of what it was learned with. So this song, I would imagine, like, it's probably one of the reasons why it works so well for us. It's very familiar, right? It doesn't try to get too crazy, and as far as like the musical accompaniment, it's not like super like original or anything like that,
right?
But it's familiar, it's comfortable, it's pleasant, and really make it, I guess, come alive is with your vocals. So using AI to compose this song, I'm actually
kind of amazed. I'm interested in what kind of, if that's the case, I'm actually really interested in what they probably chose it from a very similar genre, because if they added like rock, pop rock, metal and everything, it would be a mess of a song.
Right.
I'm actually kind of interested which songs that they chose to actually implement. Like, did they choose like the top 10 in the last few years? Did they choose like the most popular? Did they choose the most like vocal friendly to Hayeon's, because if it was a different like artist, I feel like it would have been very different. So that's actually very interesting.
Yeah. So for what's up?
Oh, I was just gonna say that, like, I'm actually pretty impressed for that. That, yeah, like you said, that probably gives it the kind of nostalgic feeling. But also on top of that, I wonder how many songs they had to generate before they got like a result that would work.
Right. Oh yeah, because it's a lot of trial and error that goes with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can actually oversaturate with too many samples. So
yeah,
not trying to go too far into that, but
But another thing, this goes back to the song. One thing I really found interesting was when they were in the chorus and they took they almost like did a 180, like they went back into the verse, or like and then turned it back around and went back into the chorus part too, where they just took out the songs right before the end, or they took out all the samples right before the end. Man, I really liked that. because it was kind of not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that because, like, usually in this type of genre, there isn't much you could do that someone wouldn't expect.
Right. Yeah, because it's usually cut and dry. This is how it's gonna be.
It's a very straightforward genre. Mm-hmm. But man, I think that was a great utilization of like trying to do something that like the listener wouldn't expect.
And I would imagine that's probably where the human intervention came into, because like I would like to hear what the actual raw AI output would have sounded like without the human editing.
Definitely.
You know? So what you described right there, I think that was probably one of the human elements. So.
Probably.
And this is... Oh, go ahead.
So Hayeon's... I was going to say... Hayeon, her wispiness with this song, I don't know, it was absolutely breathtaking, and just like Nick was saying, like just it really does kind of give that feeling of being healed. So
I was gonna say, like, I love the minimalist. We've been saying this a lot. Less is more. You love saying that. And this is very true with this music video. You don't get a variety of colors. You get the color of the sand, the color of the beach, and white.
Yep. And also that weird like film.
The soft
film.
Very soft.
Yeah, the soft filter.
That got applied.
It helps to minimize there's not a various amount of lighting. Like, you're not seeing a bunch of like sunsets and oranges. You're not seeing a bunch of when you're seeing the sky, you see the blue sky, you see clouds, you see. And even when it chooses like a different area, like grasses or whatever, like you don't see it as often. It is a very primarily white and pure concept. And it works so well with the music video.
And that's soft filter that Nick was talking about. That really helps add to that nostalgic feeling. Especially coming from the nostalgic feeling of the song. And I just realized this too. The song, you know, when it takes that synth turn in the song that we were talking about earlier, Nick. Yeah, that's very like early 2010s, late 2000s pop. Like we've heard R&B.
Very much so.
Not R&B. You know, like that whatever genre that came from. That's another element of nostalgia.
That's probably also why I like it, because that's when I was, that's when I was growing up, and when I was listening to primarily just whatever was on the radio, So that's probably also why I like this, because nostalgia.
Right.
But man, I also feel like it's different than what we've been getting recently in K-pop, which is so nice to hear every once in a while, Because we've been like super focused on funk. We've also been super focused on like soul R&B,
trap, lots of trap.
Yeah, so it's nice to hear like a more refreshing, healing song over like that type of stuff.
Yep.
The makeup artist did an amazing job. Like, you can tell that there's makeup, but it's not like heavy makeup to change, because Hayeon's already youthful as she is. And I like the use of makeup that the makeup artist chose to basically emphasize that youth, because this is
also it's
Hayeon.
Also it's Hayeon.
My bad. No,
I know you're thinking of Cherry Blitz.
I'm tired, dude. I'm working. I've been working like almost 15 hours a day. I'm exhausted. But it's also very reminiscent. The song style, the everything is very reminiscent of a First to Love kind of song. Like, so.
I could definitely also see the song being in an OST. Like soundtrack,
was like a young love drama.
Yeah, like a exactly.
Yeah,
like a rom-com or something.
Can
rom-com.
That actually I kind of would now. I really, dang it, I hate you too right now, Nick, because now I want to see this in a freaking K-drama or a rom-com. Thanks. I freaking hate you both.
You heard us. You gotta put it in.
Yep.
All right.
No.
You guys have any other talking points?
No, I think it's time moving on to our pick of the week.
All right.
Eeny, meeny, miny, not it.
Not it.
Hayeon.
All right.
Eyes on you.
Hayeon, eyes on you. All right.
I am also gonna pick Hayeon Eyes on you.
I'm gonna go with
all right,
one that we didn't talk about. It'll be in my quick shot. So that's gonna be Rockberry's.
We were this close from an ISN all kill.
Yeah.
This close. We could have mugged it off.
It's got to be really, really good to be an ISN all kill, though.
I mean, Hayeon's Eyes on You is really good, though. I was blown away when I first heard it.
Mm-hmm.
But Rockberry is just really more my style. So.
Yeah, the hard part about an ISN all kill is that the song's got to be far and wide better than everything else for the week.
And also within our ranges,
also within all of our ranges, which is really niche.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Was it? You guys remember that drawing I did? The wacky Venn diagram I drew of our taste. The overlap is so hard on what we actually between the three of us. Is like there's not much of an overlap in our taste. So quick shots, Nick.
Quick shots. All right. So next released a song called My Love. I don't know if this is not their debut. So I don't know much about the group.
Same.
Yeah, this is actually the first I've heard of the group.
Same.
Jinx.
But they are, so I'm kind of reading off their profiles right now. But they're a 7-member Chinese boy group, obviously Chinese in K-pop. It's under
I thought it sounded Chinese.
Yeah. So originally they debuted as a trainee group back in 2018.
Oh, that's pretty recent.
And then they officially debuted November 8th, 2019.
Okay.
So My Love is very sweet, pure kind of song. Definitely tropical house vibes.
Yeah, but like a kind of down tempo tropical house.
Very down tempo tropical house.
So please take out the house element.
Yeah, I guess very tropical. I mean, it does have house elements, but it's not like full send tropical house.
Yeah.
But yeah, a very tropical vibe. But also very sweet at the same time. So make sure to go check that out. It's a great song.
So for my quick shot, Rockberry, my darling, this is my pick of the week. So Rockberry is a duo. They debuted in 2014, and they're actually a husband and wife duo.
Okay.
They got married in 2018. It's a very indie acoustic type of song, and you guys know that's a genre I love. The vocalist, her vocals remind me a lot of an older. They're also a duo too that I love. They're long. Since disbanded. Loveholic, same type of vocal timbre. I really, really love it. In fact, I think that's actually I think Loveholic has the oldest songs on my playlist from 2005. I think so. Rockberry definitely on my radar. We talked about them in the previous episode too for my summer. So definitely check it out. You got Hayeon Eyes on You for some healing. And you got Rockberry, My Darling, for some kind of for some longing as well. So it goes great together. So back to you, Nick.
Well, Blackpink set another record. Who's surprised?
Who's surprised?
On October 7th, YG cited Hanteo chart revealing that Blackpink's The Album reached approximately 590,000 sales in just one day since the group's release of their physical album on October 6th. That means that Blackpink has broken IZ*ONE's record with in which IZ*ONE's record was 389,334 copies of an Eric Diary that was sold in the first week. Previously, Blackpink's The Albums also surpassed 1 million stock pre-orders, which is the highest number of stock pre-orders ever recorded for a K-pop girl group. It also makes Blackpink the first Korean girl group to surpass 1 million stock pre-orders. The album reached 340,000 units in pre-orders from the United States and Europe alone. So fans are definitely looking forward to the album performance on Billboard and the UK's official charts.
Yeah, because it also debuted at like number 2, right, in the UK chart, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
And like number 7 in I think some other Western countries chart. Like it's crazy. Like the amount of market, like how far they've gotten in like international markets is crazy. So.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely amazing to see that they are doing well with this album, and definitely going to be looking forward to it on the charts.
All right, so we have an author that has made a debut. Jessica Jung, former SNSD member, has recently made a book debut with her book Shine, which is now one of New York Times bestsellers, and that's pretty freaking amazing. I'm like,
oh wow,
New York Times, but what? But yeah, no, that's pretty amazing. I don't know if it outsold, but I know it really reached high in the first few weeks or first week. So
okay,
right?
Was not expecting that. So.
And then on to Nick.
All right, so
yeah, so in other shocking news, NCTU is officially confirmed to perform on Mnet's M Countdown next week. Some of you that don't know kind of what's going on might be asking, why is that shocking? Well, an SM group has not performed on M Countdown in over 2 years.
Yeah.
That comes from M Countdown and SM kind of being at each other's throats a little bit for the past 2 years. Looks like it's finally settling down, which is nice to see. Hopefully we'll see more SM groups on M Countdown hopefully soon. NCTU will be performing their pop hip hop track Make a Wish, which so it will be very interesting to see an SM group back on the stage. The last group to actually perform was SHINee, who had an M Countdown stage for our page on June 28th, 2018. So definitely interesting. Will be interesting to see SM groups back on the stage.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yep.
It's time to wrap this up, guys.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. This has been Alistair Nation. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Click that bell icon if you want to know when we upload in the future. We have a Twitter. We also post there when we upload, so make sure you go follow that. We have a Discord. We talk there pretty frequently. You will also post MVs of what we might talk about for the next week. We have a Patreon. If you want to consider giving back to us so we can make better content for you, make sure to go check that out. And we will see you guys
later.
Bye.